I should have knew it was a red flag when he didn't approach me. His fucking friends approached me. Oh, my friend think you nice. Like, yeah, let him get your number. How old are we? Like, he can't come and introduce himself. Second thing I asked, I said, do you have kids? This is the important thing, y'all. This is the root of the whole date. Do you have kids? Yeah, I got 2 kids. I'm like, okay. He's like, no, I'm just playing. I got 3. I'm like, oh. Yeah, because my firstborn, he was born in the hospital, but my last 3 was born in the house. Your last 3? Wait, roll it back, because a bitch that wasn't listening would have caught that. By the time I get to the elevator and I push the button, I turn around to see if he behind me. When I say I've seen this nigga knees go that way and his body go this way, he passes out. This nigga passes out and hit the floor, Jesus.
Welcome back to another episode of Clacked Out Conversations. I'm your host, Fahim, and today we got some more TikTok content. Date from Hell, Part 1. Whew. I'm not here to waste your time. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it.
Let me tell y'all about my date from hell last night. Part the fuck 1. Alright, so last night I went on the first date with somebody that I met at the big gym this year. I met him in the VIP section. I should have knew it was a red flag when he didn't approach me. His fucking friends approached me. Oh, my friend think you nice. Like, yeah, let him get your number. How old are we? Like, he can't come and introduce himself. He does come and say hi. He hands me his phone. And I put the wrong number in there. I ain't gonna lie. But he doubled back and he was like, oh, the message was green. Like, you sure that's you? And I'm like, oh, shit. I put the real number in there. So I'm just like, okay. Because I was feeling a little under pressure, but that's neither here nor there. Long story short, he ended up hitting me up like, what you and your homegirls finna do? I'm like, oh, we finna go to the club. Y'all gonna slide? Like, yeah, we gonna slide. We gonna come get the section. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, all right, cool. Because that's gonna put money in my friend pockets. So, yeah, bet slide. They never slide. They go to Y bar. Okay. Yeah, strike 2, bitch. You is a liar. So, down the line, he ended up hitting me back up a couple days later, like, hey, I'm sorry about that the other night. And these other things, like, he has tried to reach out a couple times before then, but I just wasn't fucking with it. So he apologized for that too. He like, maybe I came off wrong. Like, I really do want to get to know you. I really want to take you out. Boom. I'm like, all right, cool. Couple questions. Well, why didn't you approach me on your own? He was just basically like, I was just a little nervous. I haven't been dating in a couple years. Like, the person that I was dating, I knew her since I was 13. We've been broke up for 2 years. We've been dating for over a decade. So,
Now, I do believe that the man is supposed to approach. But sisters, you got to give some brothers some grace. Even if they're grown men, I do understand. But at the same time, you have to understand how nerve-wracking it could be to walk up to a complete stranger that could potentially shoot you down in the public in front of everybody. Just outright reject you. I mean, there's a reason why you all don't do it very often now, isn't it? Let's get back into it.
That's pretty much what's going on. I'm like, all right, okay, cool. A nigga that know how to stay in a relationship is a nigga I need to get to know. Okay, so these are some facts that y'all need to know while listening to this story. I did a little pre-check on this nigga because it's like, I really don't know you for real. So I got to ask you a few questions. And the point of this is because I'm dating with intention. I'm not going to lie. Like, I need to know, what are your plans for me? What you got going on now? We already don't know much about each other. So before I even waste your money and my time, I need to ask you a few motherfucking things before we get started. First thing first. The first thing that I asked him was, why didn't you talk to me on your own? I already told y'all what his answer was to that. Second thing I asked, I said, do you have kids? This is the important thing, y'all. This is the root of the whole date. Do you have kids? He started off was like, yeah, how many do you have? Baby, I ain't got none. Do you got kids or not? Because we can cut it short now. Yeah, I got 2 kids. I'm like, okay. He's like, no, I'm just playing. I got 3. I'm like, oh. That's changing things around this bitch. But you know what? I was like, I have play dated somebody. Don't ask me what that means. I've play dated somebody that had 3 kids before. As long as I don't really got to see them, especially now until I decide if we're gonna even go anywhere. Like, that's cool. As long as are you an active father? Da da da. So he get to sending me pictures of his kids. I'm like, damn, these kids are so cute. When I say I ain't seen no kids this cute in a minute, like I hate when a motherfucker show their kids and I be like, oh, cute puppy, because I know that's me. But these kids are cute. I'm like, oh, he don't understand the relationship and he procreate real nice. Okay, these are checks. Intentional. So he telling me all about his trucking company and how much they spend on a nanny and I'm like, damn. So what's your baby mama do? She a nurse? Okay. Why didn't y'all work out? Oh, we've been together so long. Like, we just kind of grew apart. Damn. I'm like, why didn't y'all get married with all these kids? That was my fault. And he started talking about his trauma with his parents. I'm like, okay, cool. You know how to communicate and say what's wrong. Pinpoint, went to therapy. Yes. Come back for part 2. Hold on. Now, let's just go to the date, because these things are what I'm under the impression of. I've been lied to. So, by the end of dinner, like, we having a good time. Like, we having good conversations. And let me also throw in the point that we only had one mixed drink, one shot. That was it, because I'm like, I can't be drinking. I won't be drinking, especially because I still don't quite know you yet. This is our limit. This is what we're doing. Boom. Cool. So as he's talking, he goes, yeah, because my firstborn, he was born in the hospital, but my last 3 was born in the house. Your last 3? Wait, roll it back, because a bitch that wasn't listening would have caught that. Because I'm actually a little interested at this point, and now I'm like, so at this point, I'm ready to fucking go. I'm like, nah, bitch, we can really wrap this up. Like, 4 kids, I can't do shit. I can't do shit with this information. Yeah, it's time to go. Then I'm like, no. I'm like, are you serious? Show me the kid. He shows me a picture with him with all 4 of the fucking kids. I said, very cute. But, yeah, no, I said, that baby look fresh. He like, he's 1. But, I mean, he's 1.5, so he's finna be 2. I said, so you fucked your baby mama less than a year ago, which means it's possible for y'all to fuck again, and then y'all been together. You said you met when you was 13, and y'all been dating for over 10 years, so where am I not to see that this is something that you can come back to? Also, 4 kids. I don't give a fuck how long you was with anybody. Because I know once I put my bid in, like, we good. But you will never see it, honey. You will never see it. So the waiter come bring the bill, and he's just, he's still talking normal. He thumb out the check, boom, 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 put the money down. I grab the bag, and I'm like, let's go. I get up, I start storming out. I'm just knowing he right behind me, because he knew it was time to go. The fucking food was packed up and everything. He paid the bill. I'm like, okay, well, that's life. He's like, man, I'm so sorry. Like, this date was going amazing. Like, I feel so bad, and he just still doing this. I'm like, now this bitch drunk. Oh, my God. So I get up. I'm storming out. By the time I get to the elevator and I push the button, I turn around to see if he behind me. When I say I've seen this nigga knees go that way and his body go this way, he passes out. This nigga passes out and hit the floor, Jesus. I'm like, oh my God. So I run back over there and I'm like, this nigga pretending to pass out? And at this point, I'm like, I ain't never seen nobody do all this just so I could feel bad so we could get back on a good note. Bitch, you're done after this. He tried to get up, G. He passes back out. So I'm like, oh, this nigga for real. This nigga really just passed out. So I'm asking the security, I'm like, what should I do? Do we call the police? The hostess run over there. She's like, I'm calling the ambulance. I'm like, call the ambulance. And then I grab his coat, and I'm just literally soaking in worry and embarrassment. I'm like, oh, shit. This nigga didn't tell me none during dinners. He be passing out and shit. So he get up. We go to the front, and the security sits him down, and they go get him some water. I'm like, you what just happened? Like, you need to say something. Or don't say nothing. Relax. I don't know. Shit you not. At the sip of water, this nigga like, all right, come on, let's go. We good. I said, I ain't getting in the car with you. You passing out? We got to get on Lakeshore and try to get back home, bitch. This won't be my last. No, sorry. So you can roll me off the fucking cliff because you can't talk to me because, bitch, you just passed out after having to tell the truth about your 4 kids. I wouldn't be surprised if this was your last reason. Something ain't sitting right with me, and I promise you I'm not getting back in that car with you. So we sitting there because he's still kind of going in and out. They like, yeah, he need an ambulance. We're not letting you leave out at all. So they come asking me questions, and this is what I was worried about. In the midst of the worry and embarrassment, I'm about to say, these folks gonna think I did something to this man. I promise you I'm not Diddy. I promise you I am not Rickard Ross.
Y'all quit playing. Quit playing. Robert. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me.
And now I'm like, what the fuck? These people asking for my information. I'm like, oh my God. I had to take a food break. I'm hungry. I'm trying to tell y'all this bullshit. Long story short, make sure you ask those questions on that first date. Because he lasted me the whole dinner. Steady trying to make sure he didn't slip up saying 4 kids. And when that motherfucking shot and drink got in his ass, he slipped up. Stay vigilant. Ask those questions. And be prepared to flee at any moment because now niggas passing out. I don't know, but wow. I've never had no shit like that happen to me. Like, he sure made an impression. If he was trying to make one, honey, he made one. The worst one. Okay, y'all, so he just called me today earlier. I wanted to edit it a little bit and bleep some things out because I'm on his personal business getting out there, even though I really should let y'all know who this motherfucker is, but I'm not on that. Just listen to this.
Hey, you busy?
No, fine. What's up?
No, you know I had to call you to tap that with you. You gotta let me make up for that shit. I ain't like that. None of that shit too bad. But I like how it started though.
Okay. Well.
I know I was bogus. I'm sorry. I was telling you. This whole being honest with people shit when it comes to like dating, as far as like girls I like, that shit was new to me. You the first one I ever even wanted to talk about my kids with. And I thought if I told you before I had to get it, it was gonna scare you. And I told myself, so we go to dinner, I wanted to tell you before we even got out the car. Like, look, I got so much to tell you. I wanted to tell you my real name, about my, that shit and all that. Then when all that other shit happened after that shit was that shit was an afterthought. I was like, oh my God, I had to grab myself. I know I look like a super goofy in front of you, but I ain't coming like that at all. Because even if you ain't fucking with me, man, I still had to call you, make sure you straight, apologize, let you know. I ain't on that type of time at all.
Yeah.
I was fucking with your honesty. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry for cutting you off. I was fucking with your honesty. How you was open about everything from your past. And it just, that's what I've been looking for. I ain't found it. So it was kind of different. Not kind of different. It was super different from me. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, when I took that drink, I told you I've been 18 hours a day shorty for the last week, fucking with my trucks. All that shit mixed up with getting caught line. That's what that was. But yeah, I know you probably, made up your mind about it or whatever. I still had to call you and let you know. I appreciated your time at least, at the very least.
I appreciate the apology. I'm just definitely, for one, I mean, after everything transpired, your name, that whole thing was on my mind the whole dinner because what the fuck was that? You tell me one name, I asked you multiple times what was your name the day I met you. And when I wanted to resave your number because I didn't save it initially. And then we get to the restaurant, you got a whole nother name. And then it's just like you clearly didn't expect me to pay attention to shit you was talking about because I caught that shit before I really got down and brought the shit up again when you said what you said about, oh, the last 3 was born, da 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 da. You said I paid attention to the birthday, so I already caught on, but I was giving you a chance to say something, and you didn't. And I just think before I even got to the dinner and I told you what my deal breakers were, why still try to push for a date? And you knew you been knew you had 4 kids, and I told you 2 was too many.
Yeah.
So why would you want to lie about something like that just to go out? And I don't really know what was the purpose of that.
That's what I'm telling you. I didn't know how to communicate with nobody that I felt like I could trust. I ain't thought I could trust.
You didn't have to trust me. I just wouldn't have never wasted our time because if that's a deal breaker, it's not like I'm gonna go out to dinner and then something will change. So at the end of the day, that's basically
you. You're 100% right about all that shit, man. That's what I'm trying to call you and let you know. You ain't wrong about how you feeling about nothing. I was wrong about how I presented it all. I don't know. All this shit's new to me. I was in the day and I told you I was with one girl for so long. We have been broke up for 2 years though. That wasn't a lie. I did.
But you got a 1-year-old, so y'all still been
I'm
intimate.
19 months old. I'm 18 months old. But when she got pregnant with him, before we got pregnant with him, there was some issues. And when she got pregnant with him the last time, we was already on the rocks and shit like that. But we've been off. That been over with. I ain't lied about that. I lied about my kids because, like I said, I was scared. I was gonna scare you off. Still don't make it acceptable. But that was my reason. I ain't no lying ass nigga. I tell the truth about majority of everything.
You lied about your name and your kids. That's pretty big.
No, look, my name. Everybody call me. 50 names. Because like my street name. I'm the one that you know the name of my company. If I went, didn't want to tell you my real name. That's my name. That's my company name. That's why I was showing you all that shit in my email, being open about my job and all that. I get on with that. But even regardless of all of that, you right. I ain't trying to convince you. You wrong. I ain't trying to convince you. You should feel the way you feel. I hope you don't.
I do.
Yeah, I hope you didn't. I hope you don't stay feeling like that because I fuck with you.
How am I supposed to feel? I mean,
how you feel? Exactly how you feel. You ain't supposed to feel nothing different unless I show you something different. I understand that. I ain't mad at that at all either. I made my own bed when it comes to that shit. But I like you. I fuck with you. I still want to be able to help you if I can with the other shit we was talking about. And I don't know. Maybe a little time will go by. Maybe you'll catch me out or something. Or maybe you'll give me a chance quicker than that. I'll show you a little something. Show you a little something more consistent. But like I said, even if that ain't the case, ain't nobody to blame but me. I just want the call to take accountability for that. And I ain't called to check if you got home safe. That shit was over embarrassing. It's like, then that part too. Like I said, I know what it was. It was exhaustion. It was anxiety getting caught up in that little puss ass lie. And then it was the drinks mixed with all that shit. I ain't even a real drinker like that. After that, I probably never drink again. That shit when I ain't like that after that. Oh, but even with all that being said, I know what I am. I know what I got to offer. And I like what you presented, what you had to offer. It ain't nothing to do with nothing else but your honesty. You know what I'm saying? And I know how vulnerable and how hard it is to be honest with somebody like you was with me, and then in the same night, damn in the same breath, get the unreciprocation of that. You like, oh, what the fuck? I'm just having the worst luck with these niggas in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I know how you feel it. And I don't like it. And I don't like that I'm responsible for it. I ain't that type of nigga at all. But yeah, I don't know, man. I know. Like I said, you feel how you feel. That's gonna be that. But I hope it could be different in the future, mate. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. The most thing at this point that I do have to offer is maybe a friendship, and that's still questionable because you lied about something that even you should tell your friend. So, that's all I have to offer as of now.
I'll be cool with that. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah. I guess I do appreciate you reaching out. I did think I blocked you, so I forgot to block you because I was like,
I know, you blocked me on everything. I was up to click the Instagram like, damn, both pages got me fried. Jesus Christ. I deserved it though. Like I said, I ain't mad at it. You did what you had to do. I would have did more than that shit if I was you. Like I said, I'm glad the phone was
What am I supposed to do? Like, left you on the floor and just left? Because my friend said I should have left you on the floor because I did have to call my friend. She said you should have left him on the floor. He lied about everything. You should just left him. I'm like, I can't do that. Like, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I didn't have that in me to do nothing, no shit like that. Like,
yeah.
But
I'm like, damn, what is God telling me to be single forever? To stop tweeting out? What the fuck?
You probably should. Honestly, I mean, that's a lot of kids. Y'all should probably try to work that shit out.
No, I ain't working shit out. That shit over with. That's what I'm trying to say.
Or you don't have to have like a big family. Like you might have to. You don't like to date women that got their own kids. Like that's probably like how that's going. I don't know.
No, yeah, my kids straight. They out the way. As far as like dating anybody else with kids in the future, I ain't mad at that or open that. I ain't looking for that though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, as far as me and you go though, I had to call you and let you know I'm accountable. I'm sorry. That ain't nothing. That ain't me. None of that shit. I ain't never had no shit like I failed for being too drunk or something. I didn't do other shit for being too high, drinking lean, and smoking too much weed and shit like that. But
was you off lean? Because some people ask me, was you off a perk? I'm like, I don't think so. He was normal.
I'm cool.
And they thought I did something to you. I'm like, I didn't do shit.
No, the man, I got downstairs. They talk about we got to report somebody drug in a drink. I'm like, this shit went too far. That's another reason.
They took my information. I'm like, I hope these people didn't think I did nothing to this motherfucking man. Like,
no, hell no. You know what I'm saying? They show asked me when I got downstairs, like, hey, you the guy that was just upstairs? I'm like, no, that was my cousin. Because I ain't want them to stop and try to give me no DUI. You know what I'm saying?
You weren't going to get no DUI from no one ass drink.
Yeah, but that's my motherfucking livelihood. I'm like, man, I ain't talking to no ambulance.
So, that was a pretty ridiculous story time. That was a pretty ridiculous date. But I did have some things that I wanted to go over. As far as her, I mean, her character was pretty nice. I mean, she's attracted to longevity inside of a relationship, obviously. She said she had a few deal breakers, which I do believe that everybody should have. Both men and women should have those boundaries set for themselves as for what they will tolerate and will not tolerate inside of a relationship. As far as him, I mean, he's a liar. Brother just outright lied. I mean, I got so many things in these notes that showcase him being untruthful. For one, he obviously lied about the kids. The kids, he said originally that he had 3 children. And then out of the blue, after he got drunk on the date, brother came out, said he got 4 kids. What the hell? If you're willing to lie about your kids, lie on your kids, then you're willing to lie about anything. Furthermore, I believe inside of the video, she noted that he lied about his name. Brother, how you lie about your name? And then he tried to justify it a little bit inside of the conversation, trying to say that I think he had a nickname on his job and in his business and whatnot, something of that nature. But honestly, I mean, it's just too much that he's lying about in order to be taken serious. I know if I had a daughter, I damn sure wouldn't want my daughter dating no brother like that. In addition to that, he lied about not doing drugs. I think she noted that inside of the recording at the end of the video. She said that he said he didn't do any drugs. And then all of a sudden, inside of this video, the one that's actually shown on the screen right now, he said that, oh, I don't know if I passed out because I was off the lean. I don't know what it was. Bruh, you said you didn't do drugs. I mean, it's too many things that he's lied about in order to be taken serious in terms of a relationship, especially long term. But what I will say, or rather, what I would have said is, in regards to her character, she would have still taken him serious had she not blocked him. It sounded like in this video she said that she meant to block him and she didn't, and things like that. I mean, that's kind of questionable. Women tend to be very, very stern, very strict, very rigid, and very targeted with who they block. You know, they typically don't make very many mistakes in that regard. So that might be a little bit of a lie, a little bit of bending the truth, but she still kept him on the phone. And most women in a situation like this, where you're in contact with a brother who's just an outright perpetual liar, would want to block him and keep him blocked immediately after the date is over. And when a woman does not do that, what it typically indicates is she is still interested, regardless of what she might say on the phone, regardless of how convincing she may sound on camera. She probably is still interested in this man, given that she did not block him. Now, like I said, she said it was an accident. She said she meant to block him on everything, but she didn't. I personally don't believe that. And if it is the case that she meant to block him and didn't, well, then my opinion would change. But in my belief, I think that she purposely left him unblocked so that he could potentially get back into communication with her. But that's all my opinion. Thank you for tuning in to another Clacked Out Conversation. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.